This video is one of my many rants and pet peeves against pagan thinking that exists in the world of professional communications, in meetings and presentations. That's right, it's a rant about the time-honored thought that people have learning styles. Learning styles, by definition, mean that people learn information in four ways. Orally, they like to hear it and talk about it. Two, they like to read it and see it, the visual style. Thirdly, the tactile person who likes to take notes and touch the documentation, the sample, etc. And the fourth learning style is the kinesthetic, where they learn through experience. All right, fair enough. Is this concept valid in presentations? No, it is not. It is totally invalid in presentations. It is only legitimate in learning and training and education. You see, the principles of learning styles require that you patronize people as being imbeciles, which really bugs me when I see people use them in a presentation where they are presenting and communicating to people with the gift of sight, university education, a savvy in the workplace, understanding of the business issues. Goodness, what are we doing out there sending them to slaughter? You gotta love HR for doing this. All right, let's examine the rationale. Learning styles apply for training situations. In presentations, you're not training anybody. You're introducing and submitting information in the lives of others. So therefore, you don't have to stand by the deck or screen and read it to them as if they have no education. That's right. I mean, imagine for a moment we transfer that principle of learning styles to simple everyday communications. Guess what? I send an email to Mary. Mary, I decide to call her. I want to follow up that she's received my email. Legit? I want to get her feedback. But wait, I engage in a stupid moment of learning style thinking. So I say, Mary, did you get my email? Good. Reviewed it? Excellent. Listen, I'm calling you so that I can read it to you and explain it to you and then question you on that. I'm sorry? Hello? Mary? Mary? Bad connection, I guess. No. It was written clearly. Who the hell are you to patronize people using learning styles and in a situation that doesn't call for it? Oh, second one. This one is my personal favorite. You gotta love this one. Okay, imagine you're in a restaurant and the waiter brings you the menu and decides that he's going to present the menu to you in a learning style approach. You know, again, oral, visual, tactile, kinesthetic. All right, so here's how Dum-Dum, Homer Simpson of presenters, uses the learning style. Welcome to the restaurant. My name is Vern. And what I like to do is to have you open the menu there. Now, what I'm going to do is read it to you aloud so that you can hear my voice as I present the entire contents. Then I'm going to give you a few minutes to read it from top to bottom. Then I'm going to ask you to take some notes throughout the process so that when I come back, learning style number 4, kinesthetic, I can ask you questions, take a pop quiz, and give you the additional information. You're in a rush? Why? Don't you want to learn everything about this menu before making a buying decision? I mean, check it out. So, here's the menu. Let's begin. We're in the soups now. There are 3 soups. The first soup is the onion soup. And that one is selling, as you can see, for $2.95. The second soup is the cream of mushroom soup. Now, that one is $2.75. The third soup, the cream of broccoli, is at $3.25. Now, before we go any further, I think it's important that I explain the purpose of a soup in the context of a meal. I mean, really, why do we have soups within the menu? Then I'll explain how each one of these soups were put together. And together we will discover the origins of the word soup. I mean, who came up with that particular... What? You're in a rush? I'll just talk faster. Understand the dumbass thinking of learning styles in a situation that is meant to be transactional, easy to understand, consumer-friendly, and doesn't require an education. So anybody who tells you should read the slide and elaborate, send them to me. You know I performed lobotomies on these people from the 70s. All right. Now let's transfer all this thinking towards the modern version of presentations. Forget the fact that the person is reading the slides to you. Good God. Imagine you're in a web conference call. That's right. The audience is in a foreign city. They have the deck, which you have sent to them as a pre-read, and then the presenter decides to review its contents. So, presenter is in other city and starts to read page by page, revisiting, making never-ending comments of elaboration under the guise of so-called reinforcement and driving the point home and punishing people, which is the one that's really more important here. So what happens is that in the other city, Mary is texting her friends while presenter in other city is self-indulging. That's right, Bill is surfing porn sites while presenter in another city is self-indulging. That's right. And the third group basically leave the room because they've already read the darn thing. And you know what? The real problem was that they never understood, the presenter never understood that this was about the audience, not about the presenter. So what should you do, for example, in a web conference call presentation? You were right to send it in advance as a pre-read, and now in your opening remarks, you will A, tell them the desired outcomes of this interface through technology, B, the specific question of commitment that is required for them to endorse by the end of the presentation, C, you will tell them that on each page that there are certain elements that are more important than others, and you want to showcase and pinpoint the significance, the implications of each one of them. You do that, you will rock. And remember, next time you see or hear someone from training or HR that speaks to you about their learning styles, tell them they can be fixed, and you refer them to me. You take care now.